Talk about how the first practice back went for you guys today.
I think the focus was there. You know, coming off of a little bit longer break like that, there's going to be a transition back to the physical part. I think the 1-2, all that was good, but we're going to need to look a little bit quicker on Friday, and we will. But I thought the effort was there, focus was there. We need to play a little quicker.
One side of the ball or the other have the edge?
Heavy red zone day, and I thought the offense did a nice job putting the ball in the end zone in the red zone, which was great. We had a couple turnovers, which we need to clean up. We got to protect the football better, especially, always, but the red zone scoring area. And then defensively, just focusing on forcing field goal attempts or getting fourth down stops.
I know it's the first practice back after a break, but is it frustrating when some of those things continue to creep up?
Yeah, I mean, you're always looking there's always going to be something. And I think the decision making, it's, especially when we're talking about protecting the football, it's decision making and habits. And so those will continue to get better. Today we turned it over less than we did in the previous scrimmage, which is good. We just want to make improvements in those areas. But that's how, if we want to play good football, is score in the red zone and take care of it on offense. And then when you're on defense, you're forcing field goals or creating a takeaway, which is just like scoring points if you can take the ball away and when they're in the red zone.
Was there some reflection and review of the first half of spring that you're looking to implement in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a number of things, kind of individually, position group, offense, defense, and as a team. You can drill down on each of those. The big things, for us as a team, obviously offensively is creating comfort in the system, so it becomes second nature, all the words and the communication, really pushing the tempo. Defensively, we have a much better feel because of the schematics have been in place. There are some tweaks that are happening on defense, which is kind of fun and energizing for everybody. But also the fundamentals of the game. I mean, the effort to the ball, the angles, the finishing, when the ball's in the air, especially. So I think those are some of the things that have really shown up. Special teams wise, kind of honing in on some adjustments we're making on special teams. So there's always going to be something.
You got about 6 practices left. Yeah. Is there, when this is over, you don't have your team together until August, basically. Is there a feeling of urgency with the coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, there always is. There's always that sense of urgency, and the magic to all this is that you feel that each and every day as a player, as a coach, and I know making the most of those and that you're not wasting a rep or a period of practice is something we always talk about, and they generally do a really, really good job of that. And the 1-2 is there, and again, the engagement in meetings. We also, it's a little bit different with the rules now. You do get some time for meetings and things like that in summer, which you used to not have that. But all this is part of it. I mean, this next week and a half is critical. Then the conditioning and summer workouts, and then those summer meetings, and obviously fall camp. So it'll happen quickly, but each of these moments we're together, I mean, anytime you have a chance to be out here as a team, you got to take full advantage of that.
You guys are able to get the ball in the end zone quite a bit today. I mean, how much progress have you seen from the offense, and how comfortable are they, at this point?
Yeah, I think every day is just a little bit better, and we're just looking to eliminate any repetitive mistakes. The mistakes are going to happen. We don't want to make the same ones over and over, either as a player or as a unit. And so I thought we've shown improvement there. We got to continue to do that, but that's not just the offense, that's the defense and each position group. But ultimately, that's what we're looking for. I mean, just better football each day. The better you practice, the better you're going to end up playing, the more games you win. I mean, it's pretty simple in concept, but it's hard to do.
Justin, Lou Maggia came in as a freshman and was in your starting lineup almost overnight.
Yeah.
Had a really good freshman year. I remember the big game. It was tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, he started off, it didn't seem like he was playing quite as well early, and then he got hurt.
Yep.
Didn't play the last 6 games. How important is this spring for him, and how's he doing?
Really important. Just like everybody out here. I mean, there's just, there's nobody sacred. There's no sacred positions. I mean, everybody's got to continue to get better. We didn't perform well enough last year, so all of us, myself and coaches and every player, Lumaja included, like we got to get better. And he's got that mentality, which I love. Very serious guy about football, works at it. Yeah, probably he didn't finish on the ball as well as he would have liked, I think, last year. He still had some good plays, but he probably didn't finish as well on the ball. And so the injury late in the season was probably frustrating for him. But, guy that we trust, and to use his skills to compete at the highest level that he possibly can is what we're looking for, and he's out here working on that every day.
He came in as a guy with a lot of confidence, come from a program that had a ton of success. Is that confidence shaken any by a difficult sophomore year?
I don't think so. I think the things that showed up with Lou last year is it's not that he's out of position or he's beat badly. It's just the last, the moment of truth, getting that ball out, finishing, at the very last moment. So he has the ability to get himself in position, which is a great place to start, and then it's, finishing those plays ultimately is what'll take him to the next step.
Is that a difference from the year before when it seemed like he did finish?
Yeah, I don't. It's sometimes it's hard to tell. Like the situation. I mean, there's so many variables. When you're playing at any position, there's so many variables on why things happen. I don't think it was for a lack of effort or a lack of preparation. That wasn't the reason. I don't think Lou's a guy that was resting on his laurels. He's just not wired that way. He is a confident guy. He's still a confident guy. And now it's just about making those plays, at that moment of truth. And that's, I think, to me, where Lou's going to take the next step. But I don't get the sense, I never did, that he was, playing comfortable.
You still have a lot of confidence in him?
Yes, I do.
We've talked about him a little bit already, but Little John,
yeah.
How much has he compared to kind of what you expected when you were looking at him?
Matt he's probably even quicker than I thought he would be. We really liked him on tape. Again, you're going off of video from JC, and you never are quite sure until you see him in person and you're able to see him against, certain competition. But he's got really good foot quickness. He's picked it up rather really quickly, actually. So I think football seems to make sense for him. But again, all this comes down to when it goes live. You be in the right spot, and you've got all these tools, but ultimately the test is when we play for real, and it's live, and tackling, getting the ball out, knocking it down, intercepting it, that'll be the true test. But so far, we are encouraged with what he's done in practice.
Personality-wise, talking to him, he seemed pretty even-keeled. Is that kind of what you're looking for in the back end when there could be some bad plays every now and then?
What you're looking for? I think it takes all types. Yeah. I mean, you got, Matt that's his personality. Lumaja is very similar. We've had guys in the past who were very much in that same mold. And then you have guys that are, wear their emotions on their sleeves a little more. Jayhawk, who was here, was a great player. Love Jayhawk, a passionate guy, and kind of wore that on his sleeve. We don't necessarily go into the recruiting process looking for a certain personality, but there are traits, competitiveness, love of the game, passion for the game, toughness. Like those are traits that we're looking for. But how they look, in terms of, or how they talk, there's just too many variables. It takes all types. Yeah.
Y'all good?
Okay.